Hello, and welcome to
Hello and welcome back to the YoGPoD, the first podcast of 2016. Happy New Year, Simon, for 2016.
Happy New Year.
That's right. It's 2016, actually.
This is episode 2016.
It's already getting into 2016 as I record this. Have you broken all of your New Year's resolutions already?
We are balls deep in 2016, Lewis.
I'm not sure we're that deep. I think it's just the tip at the moment.
Wow. Just the tip.
Just the tip. We're just getting warmed up.
Okay.
You know, you have to warm up a year before you fully penetrate the year.
Oh my God.
You have to excite that year. You have to tweak the nipples of the year.
We're going to get an explicit label on this podcast
and
now.
You have to tell the year that you love them before you fully enter the year.
Oh, right. And that gets them prepared.
Yeah, it depends, doesn't it?
I love you.
That's how I do it. A nipple tweak, and then straight in.
And then bosh. Bob's your uncle.
So, how are you feeling?
Yeah, all right, I guess. All right.
2015 was not a very good year for you.
No,
It
wasn't.
You
It was
spent
horrible.
a month in the hospital at least.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was a month you couldn't get back.
That was a lovely birthday that I had.
Oh, it was a
around
birthday month.
Yeah,
That was fun.
and Pillars of Eternity came out that I backed. I spent $1,000 on that game. Still haven't played it.
I played it.
Still haven't played it.
It's okay.
It came out and I was in a hospital, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not playing this game anytime soon.
I'll tell you what you have played a lot of, Fallout 4.
Well, yeah. I mean, I played solidly 2 months of that game.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's that much content, but you've replayed it a couple of times, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about that because Fallout 4 is a bit of a depressing game. I will say that. It's a bit depressing being out on that post-apocalyptic sort of wasteland.
Yeah, but if you've got like a big gun and you're just owning everyone, it's a lot more.
Well, it's a dystopian sort of nightmare, though, isn't it? Really, it's not got a very sort of positive message of survival, and it also, I don't know, Fallout 4. I just think it feels very empty, and I guess I'm just getting a bit tired of Bethesda's sort of attitude. You know, the world just feels very, very empty, and you know, you're supposed to believe that these people have survived, yet you know, there's like two guys hanging on farming, and there's like a bandit camp like right next door.
Welcome to the village. There's two of us, and we've found some gourds.
That's right.
Oh, that's nice.
So
I like your gourds. Why are they purple? They're just
yes.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about Fallout 4.
What?
We might pick it up again. Do you want to pick it up, Grognak's adventure?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, you could tell
promises.
people what I got you for Christmas, actually.
Yes, you got me a giant inflatable swan.
That's right.
That's right. That's what Swan wears around his waist. And
I thought it was on his head.
might be on his head, actually. Yeah. I like to imagine it's around his waist though, and he paddles
like a belt. Oh right, yeah.
So I'm going to go paddling with that, I guess, one day in the summer. You
That'd
can
be
look forward
nice.
to that.
Yeah.
No promises.
Down the Bristol Channel.
So what do you think about New Year's resolutions? Do you have any resolutions?
God.
Or did you have any?
I'm not sure really. I mean, I don't know how helpful they can be because it's so easy to break them if you've got terrible willpower.
Well, here you go.
And I think I've got pretty bad, willpower.
So the percentage of people who make New Year's resolutions is about 45% of people.
So that's it's not a lot of people, but almost half of people make some sort of revolution.
And obviously 20% make it infrequently and 40% absolutely never make them, apparently. The amount of people who are successful in achieving their resolution, however, is 8%. Okay?
8?
8, yeah.
8 out of the 45 that make them.
8%. No, 8%. Yeah, out of the 45 that make them. Yeah.
So what's 8% of 45?
No, imagine 45 was 100, and then
about 4% of people actually make a New Year's resolution and stick to it.
Okay, so that's 1 in 20, about, right?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty poor, isn't it?
But it's better than none.
That's true.
Because, and do you know what? There's a thing about New Year's resolutions. People always shit all over them, but a lot of people
always shit all over them.
A lot of people, 1 in 20 people, do actually achieve their resolution.
So well done them.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
And it shows that it's a good thing to have.
Well done to the 4% of people that do actually stick to the New Year's resolution.
But it's way better than 0. And in fact, you find that, health improves dramatically and hospital submissions go down and things as a result of that New Year's effect.
All those men that have, got their New Year's resolution is to stop beating their wife.
Well, do you know what? That might be it.
God bless them.
Well,
God bless
those guys. So what do you think the top 10 New Year's resolutions are? Number 1. What is it?
No. Number 10.
Oh, number 10.
You start at 10, and then you go.
But you're going to guess like one of the ones which is. How about we do it like a family fortune?
Hello, pop pickers. Now then. No, we can't
do
have
Jimmy
him.
Savile.
We can't have him.
Besides pop pickers, who is going to get that reference? Can you do a family fortune style thing instead? No.
Who was it who did that? It was Les Dennis, wasn't it? Who did?
It was Steve. Was it the black
Betty!
guy?
It's like, why are you doing it? Because you do impressions of people, but you do impressions of people from the 1980s. And people would be like, what are you doing an impression of? And it's like, from some mothers do have them. And then, like the teens would just stare blankly into nothing.
Oh, for God's sake. Steve Harvey is the one who does it in America.
Who the hell is that?
He's that black guy who done they called out the wrong name on Miss World.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
So, go on, give us a guess at
Okay.
top 10 New Year's resolutions.
Okay. So, giving up smoking.
Okay, bang. That is answer number 7.
What was that?
That was the noise. That was
there?
the bang. That's a good answer. That's like, well, I didn't want to give you like a ding, 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 ding.
How many points? Out of 100 people asked, how many people?
Set number 7 on the list. So
Okay.
7th most. So I guess like 5.
Okay, so it's quite low, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so drinking, giving up booze.
That's not actually on the list. Not a lot of people are apparently giving up booze. No.
How can that not be on there?
It's not in the top 10.
Wow.
No.
That's so. So I get 3. I can have 3. So I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I can steal. I guess.
Okay. Dieting.
That is number 1. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah!
Top answer. Ding, 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 ding,
You
ding.
won a holiday to Monthorpe, to Monmouth.
Where's Montfort?
Montfort. It's on the Isle of Flarkle.
Oh, the lovely Isle of Flarkle.
Oh, lovely.
And how are you going to get there? On this wonderful jet ski, come sailboat,
Come helicopter.
come jetpack.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I know. You can't put a brand in, though. You remember in the UK, the rules are that you can't say what brand it is.
Oh, yeah, you can't say it's a Mercedes.
That's right. You have to
say a sports car.
That's right. You can show it afterwards, but only from the back, so no one will know what it is.
Yeah.
All right, go on then. Next answer.
Exercise. Going to the gym.
That's staying fit and healthy. Yeah, number 5.
Yay!
Sure. Okay. You're getting good. You're getting good at these. Now, there's a couple which are quite...
Those are the easy ones.
There's a couple that you won't quite get because they're not something that you probably have ever considered doing in your life ever.
Having sex with a lady.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's on there. Number 9. It actually says fall in love, but we're going to go with that one.
Oh, my God. You asshole.
Number 9, that's on there. So you wouldn't have considered that, I guess.
That's good. That's good.
Any more?
Oh,
Any more?
Oh, let's
What
think.
do we do every day? What do we love to do?
Sleep.
Sleep. That's not on there. No, you can have one more wrong. One more wrong. They're a bit sort of. These are a little bit.
Learn a new language.
Oh yes, that is it.
Yes!
Ding 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 ding. 6. Learn something exciting. It actually says.
Oh, okay.
So you still have
Close enough.
number 2, 3, 4,
Oh shit!
And 8 and 10.
So that's my god! So that's 3 of the top 4 that I haven't got.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's something that just, I guess they wouldn't have occurred to you as sort of things, but they're a little bit kind of loosey-goosey resolutions. It's kind of hard to like really sort of,
loosey-goosey.
Well, when you have lose weight as a measurement, I'm 10 stone right now. I want to be 8 stone. That's kind of easy, right?
Right.
But if it's number 2, I'll give you a clue. This is definitely, you would never got this. Getting organised. Okay. When you have something that
it's a
loose,
bit vague.
It's very vague, isn't it? Very vague.
So that's the word that you wanted, vague, not loosey-goosey.
Well, I couldn't sort of describe it well in my brain. Number 3, this one would have never occurred to you either. Bing. Spend less, save more.
No.
The thing is, we don't really spend anything anyway. We're pretty hopeless spenders, aren't we? Apart from frivolous things like a giant inflatable swan.
Or Thunderbird's Tracy Island.
Yeah, that's what I got you for Christmas.
Thanks for that, by the way. That's lovely.
It's better than one that you made out of like loo roll from Blue Peter and like plastic cups and double-sided
Papier-mâché.
sticky back plastic. Yeah. So number 4 is something that we do every day. Enjoy life to the fullest.
Oh, because I was going to go with wanking.
Oh, that's all of your points. And
Well, it's close.
The one you didn't put in was help others in their dreams. Yeah, help others.
Help others in their dreams. What, when they're sleeping?
I guess so, yeah, like Inception.
Oh, my God.
So maybe you have to sort of go up to their bed, put the injector thing in their arm, knock yourself out, go into their dream.
What if...
Help them out.
What if helping them out means, like, making their bed, but they're asleep in their bed?
In their dream.
Yeah.
So what, they're 2 layers deep, are you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to go deeper.
So you have to go deeper to help them out. You'd have to put another... You'd have to go deeper. But you'd have to precariously balance their chair over a bathtub before risking that,
So that you wake up.
Fall backwards into the bathtub and then wake up. What would your Inception little dongle be? The thing which tells you that it's a dream or not?
My dongle. Oh, my...
Your
what do they
anchor
call it?
or whatever it's called. Your thing that tells you... What's it called?
Talisman.
Talisman, yeah. What would your talisman be?
My talisman would be a Jaffa cake.
Okay, and how would it tell you if the dream was real or not?
If it had a half moon, then I would know that it was real. But if it was a full moon, then I would know that I was still in the dream.
Okay, so...
And then when I woke up, my pillow was gone.
I love that. That's one of my favourite little sayings. Anytime you can get the pillow thing out, great.
Yeah.
So there you go, New Year's resolutions. I think New Year's resolutions are a good thing. If you've made them, try and stick to them. And do you know what? I think the very act of making them and trying to stick to them makes you a better person. It takes you at least a little bit of a step. But the other classic thing...
This is brilliant. You should be an agony uncle with that kind of brilliant advice.
Well,
I think they're a good thing, and I think well done to you.
There are some little psychological tricks that can help you to keep New Year's resolutions.
Oh, is this like some Darren Brown shit here? Some mentalism? Mind tricks.
I don't know. This is what Ben has given me as research. So it says here 4 psychological tricks. Do you want to hear them? They might be bollocks.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So the first thing is form implementation intentions. Okay.
Right.
Rather than just intending to exercise more, form the intention to set off jogging when the alarm goes off. Okay.
Jesus, what?
So you have to do it's like slightly abstract. Okay. So for example, like I think it's more like make a kind of make. So rather than say I'm not going to eat cookies, okay, you say I'm not going to buy cookies in a shop. Okay. Or you say every time I was going to eat a donut, instead I'm going to eat a banana.
Okay.
So it's kind of like abstract ways to you've got to trick yourself. Okay.
All right.
So what else is there? The other thing I think that I read from this was that one thing that they say you shouldn't do is totally deny yourself, because then you kind of crack and then you think, oh, I fucked it all up. I'm giving up now. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. So instead, you should deliberately say, okay, on Sundays I am allowed to eat cookies and donuts and whatever I want, but the rest of the week I'm not.
Saturday is cheat day.
Like that, yeah, like
For
that.
the next 24 hours, eat as much as you like.
That's right.
Literally that.
Yeah, literally that. or stuff like just tracking your calories in MyFitnessPal and not worrying about any other bit. And I think these things these small steps lead to a greater awareness and just a general improvement. So yeah, trick stuff. There was also a thing that Ben got here, which I noticed is from BuzzFeed. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about it.
When you're feeling under pressure, do something different. Roll up your sleeves or eat an orange.
New Year's resolutions that will prevent a quarter-life crisis in 2016. This is a BuzzFeed article, okay? And it's full of bollocks, right?
Of course it is.
Number one, this is the number one thing. Buy a second-hand analog camera and learn how to shoot film. It'll give you a great reason to go exploring on the weekends. What?
That sounds amazing, actually. That's some good advice.
Do you think that's a good one, do
I
you?
retract my poo-pooing.
Well, no, you can have a poo if you want. Don't retract it.
I'm retracting.
It's not good to hold it in.
The poo-poo
You've got to let
is
the poo
coming
out.
back up inside of me.
Jesus. Detail.
So, yeah, the turtle's head is hidden away.
Don't you think that's a little bit hipstery?
It's back in the shell.
And how do you feel about hipster stuff like that? Are you okay with it?
I think it's good. I mean, because like film cameras capture light in a different way mechanically than digital cameras.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot to be said for using, that kind of technology that people would just assume should all be chucked out on a bonfire and then burnt.
But
And I think it's a good excuse to go exploring. My dad does the same thing, He goes walking with the dog, and what he does is he puts the dog in the back of the Land Rover that he got himself.
I thought you were going to say fucking motorcycle sidecar. He puts the goggles on him.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
He gets his goggles and his steampunk hat.
He
gets his second-hand analog camera.
He puts like a pair of like leather trousers on the dog
With a handheld flash.
Yes.
Yes.
And a little crash helmet.
Exactly.
With the flying goggles.
And he says, "Come on, Biggles, let's go." And off he goes.
Suki. Come on, Suki. Come on, off we go.
Today we're off to the Midlands. down the road, motorway they go.
Off he's going.
Yeah.
And then he gets out his like Super 8 camera and he like makes movies with the dog as like the hero of them.
Oh my God. Okay.
So it's like the Rocketeer.
I take
with
it
Timothy
back.
Dalton, everyone.
Well, maybe
Timothy
I
Dalton.
shouldn't have chucked out these. I picked out the worst ones, I thought. Number 2, get your friends together and take silly, sexy, and dreamy portraits.
Now that is disturbing.
Right.
And that's like that's a court case waiting to happen, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. So you had a New Year's party, which I couldn't come to because I'm allergic to cats.
Yes.
So everyone who isn't allergic to cats went to your place. How was it?
Everyone in Bristol who wasn't allergic to cats came round.
Yeah.
We played Werewolf. And Chris Trott was there, oddly enough.
Wow.
Chris Trott, everyone.
Well, there you go.
Timothy Dalton.
Who was? I think Alex. Was Alex and Bryony there?
Yes.
I think Alex said to me, "I had a great time, but after midnight, I could tell that Simon wanted us to go."
Wow.
And I think he wanted to go to sleep or something, and so we got out of there.
I just turned the lights off.
Yeah, oh, right.
And they heard me snoring.
It's normally the opposite. Like in a nightclub, they turn the lights on to get everyone out, but in your house, you turn them off.
I've got actually one of those light bulbs in the living room that can change colour, so I can make it like blue using my phone.
I thought you were going to say like a dimmer switch. You slowly like dim the lights.
I turned it like bright purple.
Okay.
Until everyone just, their eyes were stinging. And they had headaches and migraines. Yeah,
it's
stuff.
tough to like play board games.
And then I had it like flash, like a strobe.
And then the alarm went off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's getting late, everyone. You better go home. Good job. So number 3, take a basic gymnastics class and finally learn how to do a proper cartwheel. Now, do you think that's a good one for you? You interested?
I'd prefer to do the splits.
Okay.
And know how to do it like on command and just drop to the floor into a splits position. I don't know if you've seen, there was a guy who would do it. He would, it was kind of like a prank video.
Oh, fuck
but
off.
Not
before
a cruel
they were
one.
a thing.
Before, no, it. I think it was fairly modern, but it wasn't about pranking other people. It was more about him acting a fool in public. So he would just be standing, and then suddenly he would fall, and he would fall straight down. His torso would stay straight, and he'd go into a splits. It would just instantly in a split from a standing position. And it's terrifying, and everyone just like goes, "What the shit?" It's so weird that he can do that, and I would love to be able to just do that, to just go and fall into a splits position. Everyone around me would be like, and a round of applause.
The one thing I always have a problem with the splits is the problem of testicles. I mean, how are they dealt with?
Because I think you just got to have them removed, or moved. Somewhere else
just
on the body.
Put elsewhere.
Under the chin or somewhere out of the way.
You could just hang them off something else instead.
Like, was it Hugh Jackman had balls on his chin?
Yeah.
His own balls on his chin.
That's right.
I don't want to start rumours. He's very happily married.
He kept them warm up there.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not supposed to keep them warm. You're supposed to keep them cool.
Well, to a degree.
Yeah. Well, not like, don't put them in the freezer, guys. But,
No, because that's not good.
No.
You don't want to have frozen balls.
Unless they are from IKEA.
Unless you're a snowman.
Christmas joke coming out there. Actually,
it's a bit late now, isn't it?
It's not really, it's not really a Christmas joke. It's a winter joke. That's okay. You can still make a snowman in winter. Number 7. Go on a date with your BFF, right?
Right.
So I guess that would be me and you. Like, we'd go on a special date. Like a romantic one. With like a fancy dinner, candlelight, expensive wine, back to my place.
What?
And then a nipple tweak.
Oh, no.
And then tell you I love you. And then we'll see where it goes. Number 9.
Oh, God.
Number 9 on the New Year's resolutions that will prevent a quarter-life crisis. That would cause one. I think a lot of these would cause one. This one would cause one. Cook a 5-course meal for your parents. What the fuck?
A quarter-life crisis. Hang on. What is this for people in their like early 20s?
I guess so, like 2025, yeah. It's relevant to our audience, you know.
Yeah, but not us, because we're old.
Well, we've already had our quarter-life crisis. We're moving towards the midlife
We're in our 40s now.
Well,
by the time this goes out, we'll be in our early 50s,
that's
probably.
True. Yeah, some people might be listening to this when we're in our early 60s.
Oh, my God.
Imagine that.
They could be listening to this like 200 years from now. And we're both just skeletons.
They wouldn't understand half the things we're talking about. They would be like, nipples? We didn't have those. We don't have those. What are they talking about?
Oh, my God,
they would
because...
have evolved the need for nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The evolutionary need for nipples would have gone.
Yeah. There'll be no difference between men and women either.
Oh, my God.
We'd have just all squashed into one, like kind of androgynous mess.
Oh, my God. Like David Bowie.
Yeah.
Or RuPaul. Somewhere between the two.
Well, rip David Bowie, by the way. We did record this post
Bowie.
Post Bowie. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad that he was around as long as he was, and that he created all the things that he did. You know, the effect he had on our culture was incredibly significant, and
even though some of it felt like it was complete nonsense, like Life on Mars was like, the lyrics for that song are just like psychedelically nuts. They don't make any sense.
I think that was during the period of time in which they would write, with Brian Eno, he'd like write random lyrics, put them in a hat and pull them out, and that would be sort of the lyrics for a song. Because he's a conceptual artist as well as a musician. You've got to remember.
You're a big fan?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
So cooking a 5-course meal for your parents, do you think that's something that you would ever want to consider doing?
No.
Okay. Number 11, invest in a colouring book and fancy pencils.
Not those.
Spend an hour colouring.
See, I bought that for my mother for her birthday last year.
Okay.
I got her some nice pencils and, a big old selection of pencils and some of those, relaxation colour therapy books.
Do you kind of like get, I guess like as you go through life, you tend to get kind of I don't want to say exposed, but you kind of go in the proximity of children sometimes, and sometimes you just spend hours colouring, and sometimes being exposed to that kind of stuff is fun and good and rewarding. And I spent some time with Sips' kid, and it was crazy. He's just so full of energy and different, and completely, his mind works in a completely unexpected way.
Did you feel younger being around him?
No, I felt older.
Oh,
I felt
God.
a lot older. I felt tired because he has so much energy, just running up and down, bouncing around, constantly asking you to do stuff. And man, I just was I'm too old for this. I can't deal with it. So yeah, it made me want to behave younger, and it gave me more energy to be more silly and open and less scared and nervous.
But I think that was only for 5 minutes, and then after that, you wanted to go and sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it would be good for these teenagers who are really nervous and can't get out of their shell, just to spend time with a 4-year-old who is just outgoing, doesn't give a fuck.
Spend time with a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Would that be one of the...
If you can.
Right.
But sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes you're just visiting a friend and he's got a 4-year-old. And it's starting to happen. I'm starting to get to that age where my friends have children now, which is kind of starting to get strange.
Scary.
Previously it was my friends were getting married, and now it's my friends have children. So I don't know what the next one is. I guess my friends are starting to die.
Oh my God.
That's maybe the next phase. No, it's not that. It's my friends are going on holiday to Spain, and would I like to come? Or my friends are playing cards, or and would I like to come at the local old people place? Oh my God, I don't want to think about this.
I think it's
I'm having a quarter life crisis, Simon.
Like bowling, green bowling,
Oh yeah.
and what's an old people thing? Hosting dinner parties.
Yeah, I think that's probably on this flipping list.
Going for wine tasting. I'm going wine tasting. Would you like to come along and have some tasting of wine?
Would you like to have some more of these terrible resolutions? Number 15, clear out your wardrobe and host a massive clothes swap. Would you like to swap some of your clothes for mine?
Just imagine the mess, just all these clothes everywhere, and then you've got other people coming round with all their horrible old moth-eaten clothes that they haven't worn in years. The place would just stink, wouldn't it? Imagine all the dust and crap going around.
Number 18, turn your flat into a spa for the weekend and invite your best pals for a pampering session.
So is that when you just, you plug up all the plug holes and you just turn on all the taps and you fill the place with water?
Super hot, yeah. It's very steamy. And then you I guess you employ a local man to come round.
You need a cabana boy.
Yeah, and with a big leaf thing, fan. One of those
bottles of oil,
fronds, a palm frond.
He's pouring oil over you,
and
giving you a Turkish massage or whatever.
And his name's Tomasz or whatever. He's from Poland. Go to your nearest beach on a super windy day and scream as loud as you can. Do you know what?
That's
Some
a bit
of
messed
these
up, isn't it? That's like a nutter would do that.
What do you mean? That sounds like do you know what these sound like? Not New Year's resolutions so much, but ways to save your ailing relationship. I reckon, like things you should do with your partner that get you out of the house.
Yeah.
Go to your nearest beach on a super windy day and scream as loud as you can.
I like to do that, but instead I go to a crowded public place, like a train station, and then I just scream at the top of my voice.
You rip all your clothes off.
And then I go, ah! There's a bomb!
But they know it's not on you because you're naked.
Yeah.
But it might be on you.
Search me! Oh my God.
Number 27, visit the first pub you ever went to.
Oh God.
Oh my God. It's like saying go back to your childhood home. That might not be a good idea for some people.
I think I did that at Christmas anyway,
Did you?
You go back home and you end up in the pub and there you go. Wow.
So what do you think what was that like in your head?
Well, you bump into, the weird locals that are, still living around the place. And, you maybe make eye contact with them and you recognise each other, but you've never really liked each other. So you don't even say hello.
Maybe there's an old school friend working behind the bar and you say, oh, how's life going? And he says, oh, I'm 36. I'm working behind a bar in the pub in the village where I grew up. It's going great.
God. Oh, God.
Awkward conversations like that.
Oh.
31, learn a magic trick.
Hide the sausage.
33, throw out all your faded underwear and replace with ones that make you feel sexy. Now, that does work for men as well as women. Do you feel sexy in nice new underpants?
Not particularly. I mean, they're more comfortable. It's like new socks as well. Nothing feels as good as new socks and new pants.
Number 43, I'm skipping a few because they're weird. Host a friend Olympics in the local park with games like tug of war, sack racing, and egg and spoon.
Egg and spoon.
Now, I mean, you have to be very... I don't know, some of these seem like quite mothery things to do, like almost like this is a suggestion that your mum would come up with. She'd say, look, we're going to have a fun day out in the park. I boiled some eggs. We're going to take some spoons. We'll have an egg and spoon race. I made a picnic, some honey sandwiches, and we're going to have a sack race. Your dad's got some sacks. And we're going to have a race. And I'm bringing your uncle because he needs to go out. He doesn't go out and see anything these days. So we're going to have a fun day. And it's one of these things where you see this awkward family doing it and you sort of walk by them and you think, part of you thinks they look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm really jealous.
You see the parents. The parents are dressed in a similar sort of, jumpsuit outfit. They're, with complementary colours. And they've got like Bluetooth headsets on.
Oh my God!
All the kids are wearing like sweatbands that all are like bright pink,
and they're all sort of. A couple of them are into it, the younger ones, but the older ones are just like, oh my God, I can't believe it! I'm so embarrassed to be here. What is going on? Yeah, that's right.
I'd rather be home listening to the dubsteps.
Yeah,
it's my favourite band.
And they're just playing Candy Crush on their phone.
Yeah,
saying,
that's what the kids do.
Right, so number 56 is cook a meal for a friendly neighbour as opposed to an unfriendly neighbour.
Does anyone know their neighbours these days?
Do you know your neighbours?
There's a neighbour on the street that I live next door, and I don't know their names.
Right.
There's a couple of kids. There's a mummy and a daddy. And they're very middle class. It's a very nice area to live in.
Okay.
And
I mean, you own your house.
Yes.
I mean, I live in a flat and I don't know. I've lived in the same flat for 4 years now and I don't know my next door neighbours. I never have and I never will.
But this family's lovely. And, if there's a parcel that might have been left behind, it might be left at theirs because, I wasn't in.
Okay.
So I'll have to pop round and I'll see them and I'll say hello and I'll thank them. I've got no idea what, the mother's name is, what the dad's name is, what the kids are called, but I know that their dog's named Chloe.
Right. Because they shout it.
Chloe!
Right.
Chloe!
Okay.
Come back in! Chloe! Chloe!
What do they probably think about you? Do they know you?
Oh, God, maybe. Well, they know the cat's names, probably.
I don't even know the cats' names. Like they've got such weirdos like Meckins and Feckins or something.
They're called Fuckface and Wank Chops.
No, they're not
That's
called
their
that.
names.
That's your affection. You can't shout that out the door, can you?
They're called Bobbins and Gubbins.
Number 59. Host an old-fashioned sleepover with popcorn, truth or dare, and face masks. Now, maybe this is more directed at
face mask. I thought that was like, Halloween.
Oh, no.
But like putting mashed up avocado on your face.
Yeah. You don't have to make it yourself. You can buy it. But yeah.
You don't have to make avocados. You can just buy them.
You can buy face masks with chemicals in from a shop. You don't have to make it out of food.
Everything's made of chemicals, Lewis. You should know this.
It's true, but when I say chemicals, I mean it in a negative sense. Number 65. Take up a hobby you enjoy, not one that looks good on your CV. Right. So I guess hobbies that look good on your CV, what are they? Like snowboarding,
right?
Sailing,
Yeah. Something active, something involving sort of cooperative stuff with other people, something competitive, something that requires sort of skill or agility. Not, looking at porn on the internet.
Well, that's the thing. It says here, take up a hobby that you enjoy. But it says specifically not one that looks good on your CV. So does that mean it has to look bad on your CV? It's like a secret hobby?
What about, drawing anime furry porn?
Okay, so yeah, something like that. That would be a good example of
It's a
something you
lot
should
of
take
fun.
up.
Not something you would put down on your CV. Well, maybe you just, you'd say, yeah, I like drawing.
Maybe you'd sketch like a little picture of a fox with a big dick at the bottom of your CV.
Oh no, you would put like a box over the dick, so it just looks like a nice friendly fox.
That's right, and
waving.
it's giving like a thumbs up.
Yeah,
yeah,
and winking.
Yeah, and like it's got a finger up its ass.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Number 66.
In its foxhole.
Run into the
what I did there?
sea. Brilliant. Run into the sea in the middle of winter.
How about no?
Not in the UK anyway. Number 67. Dance on your own for no reason other than the fact that you feel like it. That's such a woolly, stupid thing.
Dancing with tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's
Ultravox.
Magnificent. So the other things what got prepared for me
Right.
were some of the worst baby names that came out of 2015. Do you want to hear some of the worst baby names?
Justin.
Have a guess. Justin? No. They are way, way, way worse than that.
They're not racist, are they?
For example,
If there's Ladasha on there, I'm not going to be impressed.
there's a name which looks on paper like a good one.
Yeah.
So it's Munique. Right? Munique.
Right.
We've got Helzel, which according to her mother liked Hazel, but her dad was a biker. Helzel.
So it's like Hell's Angel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Two hippie parents wanted to include the mother's grandmother, so they came up with Ermengarde.
Jesus.
Ermengarde. What an incredible name. Instead of Paisley, someone has gone with Kaisley, but with a Z and a Y in the middle of it. Kaisley.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Some years ago.
What's wrong with David? Or Emma?
Well, exactly. Some years ago, I ran into an ex-boyfriend at the gas station with his new girlfriend and her little boy in the back seat.
Okay.
His name was Rage.
Rage.
Rage. Yes, Rage. That's via Not Jen. Oh my goodness. And
I'm not sure if that's like genius or not.
why?
I mean, what if if he has like tantrums and stuff, and you've got to like tell him off in public for like having a tantrum?
His name sounds like a superhero.
Oh my god, it does, doesn't
Rage.
it? Rage. I wonder if he is a superhero. Is there
It
a
is
Rage?
quite a macho name for a man.
There must be a superhero called Rage, because I mean that's so obvious.
It really is.
Rage. Yeah. There's a Marvel
He gets
hero
out of control.
called Rage.
I mean, the story writes itself. There's a little girl called Abstinence.
Abstinence.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
A little girl in my creche, Britney, Shakira, Beyonce.
Oh, brilliant. What about Taylor?
There's a boy called Revlon,
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
the cosmetics company.
What about Maybelline?
That's a good one. I think I could see that.
God.
Maybelline,
your dinner's ready.
There's a girl who named her kid Mazin because it was Mazin when he was born. Oh, God. Mazin.
Oh God.
A girl in my school whose surname is Tiles and her first name is Jenna with a G.
Genitals. Is that what we're getting at?
Really?
Genitals.
At my high school, there were two twins called Romulus and Remus.
That's clever.
Why
but-
would you do that?
Yeah.
Gabriel, two 11-year-old twins named Gabriel and Grabiel. I cannot make this up. Gabriel and Grabiel.
What's Grabiel?
Well, it's like a kind of misspelling of Gabriel. But
Like
the
an anagram?
Yeah, the A and the R are swapped round. Grabiel.
They thought that was clever.
If there were
didn't
two twins called Gabriel and Grabiel, which one would you like to be called? I mean,
I think,
would you
I
really...
think I'll go for Gabriel.
Wouldn't it suck
I'll go for the one that's a name.
if you were called Grabiel? It sounds like a kind of, like a sort of sex pest, doesn't it?
Grabbing.
Grabiel. I'm a teacher at an early education centre. My favourites are Rex and a pair of brothers, Bricks and Riot.
Jesus.
Bricks with 2 X's.
Those are those superheroes as well?
And Riot, R-Y-O-T.
Rage and Riot. They're mates.
What an incredible name. We talked before about sort of people renaming themselves, but it's amazing what you can get away with naming your kids. There's like so many Khaleesi's and
God.
and Jon Snow and
Daenerys.
Daenerys, yeah.
This is little Daenerys and this is John.
Yeah. I chose my daughter's name, Lenezra, because it was unique and romantic. It wasn't till she was 2 that my husband revealed to me that actually it was his favourite soccer team, Arsenal, spelled backwards.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So he obviously suggested Lenezra, and she was like, oh, that sounds lovely. And then he's like, yes, I tricked her.
Jesus Christ.
I can believe that completely.
That is embarrassing. They got away with that.
Well, it's better than Rupstow Marnetot.
I guess now that it's out there, that this has happened.
Tottenham Hotspur backwards.
If a suspicious, mother was to Google it, it would come up with this saying that it's Arsenal backwards.
Lenezra. Yeah, maybe.
So it can't, it's something you can only do once and you can't tell people because otherwise you ruin it for everyone else.
There's a BBC article that says babies called Lenezra are more common than you think.
Really?
So apparently it's happened quite a lot.
Oh, for God's sake.
How
many Lenezras are there
I think
out
there's
there?
quite a lot, weirdly. It's there's at least 3.
A school teacher's written in saying that
growing.
in the class there were actually 4 Lenezras.
Now, obviously, the thing about names is that if one of those Lenezras gets famous,
Yeah.
right, that name is going to spiral out of control. If the new pop star is Lenezra,
Yeah.
yeah, it could happen, right?
Maybe, David Beckham or Kanye West will name their next child Lenezra.
Who knows?
I can't imagine David Beckham would, though, in fairness.
There was a bunch of fake headlines for stuff that would happen in 2016, okay? And one of them is Kanye West. So someone tweeted...
So these are all made up. They're sort of like trying to predict future news.
Hashtag likely 2016 headlines.
Okay.
I'm moving on. Sorry, I'm just rapidly moving on to the next. Kanye divorces Kim Kardashian, marries himself instead.
Oh, my God.
That might work, right?
I'm not sure you can legally do that.
Millions dead after chainmail curse from 2006 proves to be true. That might happen
Oh, my
in 2016.
God.
Steve Harvey calls Leonardo DiCaprio on stage to accept an Oscar.
Oh, and it's a mistake. Oh, no.
We already talked about Steve Harvey this podcast, so that works. These work. Global warming, leading cause of global warming. That is a good headline. That'll come out.
What? The leading cause of global warming is global warming?
Yeah. I mean, people don't seem to understand that's the case. So I think that's pretty much how it's been for the last few years.
If they say, global warming's the thing, but how come, it's so cold?
Every time. That's exactly what happens.
Brilliant.
Random woman still famous for some reason. There you go. There's a Kardashian.
I mean, that could be any sort of period of time.
Yeah.
And also it applies for, men as well. Let's not forget the situation. Who the fuck is the situation?
Game of Thrones fans say goodbye to popular character. Well, that's almost a given, isn't it?
Well, they say welcome back to another character. Maybe.
So yeah, that I think I just wanted to get through these because these are related to the new year, and I thought this was like the New Year podcast. So we've done the resolutions.
There's only more New Year shit that we need to get out of the
We've
way.
done baby names.
We've done babies.
We've done
New Year's. We've done predictions for the year to come.
Yep. I think that's everything. That's ticked off everything I wanted to get through
Done.
on the list.
Thank
you.
What is your
Simon.
favourite of
What?
the year? The year 2015. If you could give an award for best something of 2015, what would the award be, and who would you give it to?
Oh my god.
Best podcast to the YoGPoD.
Well, no, but I don't think that really works, does it? 'Cause
No, it doesn't.
we didn't really come back till the end of the year, so we probably won't be considered in this year's awards yet.
No.
You know, it's like those TV shows.
Have we ever
that
won
come
any
out.
awards for the podcast? I mean, the podcast in its day it was very, very popular. It was like top of all, the lists on iTunes.
We
never won shit.
We wanted
did we?
to. I think one of the early podcasts we talked about whether we'd ever win an award, like the YoGPod Best Podcast.
And I laughed
trophy.
at it, and I was like, "There's no way we'd win an award." And then we actually got really popular, and I was like, "Oh my god, the awards are going to come rolling in." Never did.
No.
Never did. And now I'm bitter about not winning the awards that I didn't think we would get.
You're, well, what?
And I don't know who to be angry at.
Well, just I don't know. Just be angry in all directions. Just go up to the
I'm
sea.
angry at our fucking listeners
on a windy day
for not voting for
and
us
shout at the
or
sea.
nominating us.
Yeah, get it out.
Yeah.
Cook your gran a meal, right? Give up artificial sweeteners. Colour in your dad's artificial hip.
Maybe,
Buy an analog camera. Stick all your old underwear in it.
and then stick it up your fucking ass.
Have a good year, everyone.
Merry Christmas. No, what I mean?
What?
Our New
Isn't that
Year's,
the end?
New
Can't we
Year's,
end it?
New Year's
All right, fine, we'll carry
resolution.
on.
New Year's resolution for our listeners should be: we're gonna nominate and vote for the YoGPod as best podcast of the year.
Well, this isn't the best podcast. It's crap.
Yeah, but we're still winning awards.
It's like-
I want a little badge that we can put on a website, right? A little
This
bit
isn't
of graphic
GeoCities.
that says award winning, and then there's a little picture of a gold cup
Okay. Right. Well, look.
and
Send
a
in.
star next to it.
Send in physical or
I want
virtual
trophies
versions of your awards.
Send in trophies and medals.
Okay.
So the following address.
You will have to make
someone
up
edit in the address
your own
of the PO
awards
box.
ceremony.
Hang on, I'll Google our PO box.
Okay, you do that.
Dogs
And we'll
cast.
put it at the end of this
Poo
podcast.
box.
Oh my god, that you can add that to your New Year's resolutions then.
Yogscast PO Box 3125 Bristol Avon BS2 2GDG.
Okay, it's in the description of any of our videos, but you can Google it.
Send us medals and trophies
Okay.
for
cool.
best podcast.
Thank you, everyone.
And then we can say that we're award winning because you sent in awards.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right. That is that. See you all next time. I love you. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you. And don't forget, best podcast, YoGPod. If the Queen's...
Don't rub it in.
If the Queen's...
They know.
Shut up, Lewis! If the Queen's listening, OBEs
Oh, right. Okay.
to us as well. I don't know if she's a listener, though.
The annoying thing is that Prince Harry and Prince Edward,
He's the gay one.
which one's the one that got married?
Was Andrew... But
No.
Andrew's the one that sleeps with under... oh, God. Well,
William.
there goes the OBE. Fuck. Oh, shit.
William and Harry are too old, right? If they were 10 years younger, if they were only 10 years younger,
Oh, if
then
only they were.
they would be
Oh,
listeners, probably.
they would be.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're not.
We missed it. We missed it. Missed the opportunity. Oh, well.
Brilliant.
If only.
We blew it.
I
everyone.
would invite them round. I'd say I love you.
What?
I'd tweak their nipple.
Would you marry... Oh, no.
And
Oh,
then
no.
we'd make sweet pancakes together. And then we'd eat them. And we'd invite our neighbour round. And Chloe. And it would be great.
Connie.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Please
everyone.
let this be the end. Thank you.
Oh wait, Warwick's here. Hello. It's too late. We finished
it's
the
too
fucking
late,
pod.
Warwick. For
Get
God's
out.
sake.
Get out. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that was really funny.